He showed up at my door at 2:17 a.m. Rain clung to him like guilt. There were bruises on his jaw, a cut above his eyebrow, and the kind of trembling that doesn't come from cold. He didn't speak. He didn't have to. When you share blood with someone, silence becomes fluent. I let him in. He flinched at the sound of the door closing. "Who?" I asked quietly. His eyes told me. Her brothers. I felt it then, something surgical slicing through my chest. Not rage, not pity, something colder, something precise. He sat on the couch, head bowed, whispering apologies for being weak. I watched his hands shake as he spoke her name like a prayer gone stale. And as he broke, I made a decision. We were twins, same face, same build. No one could tell us apart if we didn't want them to. So when he looked up, eyes swollen with shame, I told him the only truth I could afford to speak. "Go to sleep, brother. I'll handle it." He'd married into wealth, but not peace. Her family, old money, old cruelty. Her brothers treated him like a stray dog that wandered too close to their garden. She watched, she always watched, did nothing. Love had turned him into a pet they could kick. I used to envy his life, his house, his wife, his laughter. Now I saw the rot underneath it. The bruises weren't just on his skin, they were in his silence. He tried to stop me that morning, voice shaking as he packed a bag to leave her. "She'll know if you go." "She won't," I said. "You're staying here. Rest." He looked at me, realization dawning. "You're not serious." But I was. I wore his clothes, his watch, his expression, carefully folded into obedience. By the time the sun rose, I was walking through his front door. She didn't even notice. That's how invisible he'd become. I learned their routines quickly. The brothers came every Thursday for drinks. They laughed loud, bragged louder. And when they turned cruel, mocking the quiet husband, she smiled faintly, as if cruelty were entertainment. I let them believe I was him. I listened. I watched. When one reached across the table, gripping my shoulder too hard, testing dominance, I didn't react. Not yet. Instead, I poured him another drink, asked about his job, laughed in all the right places. They didn't see it. The calculation behind the calm, the storm behind my smile. Every bruise on my brother's face was a number I was counting. Every insult, a note I was saving. On the third week, I started recording. Hidden cameras, mics in the bar, texts backed up. Every humiliation cataloged. Every touch documented. When one of them shoved me into the wall, I didn't fight back. I simply whispered, "Again." And he did. All while the camera blinked red from the shelf. They thought they were breaking me. They were burying themselves. 3 weeks later, I invited them all to dinner. Her brothers, their father. She wore red. She always did when she wanted control. "Something to celebrate?" she asked. "Family," I said. Midway through dinner, I placed a small black drive beside her wine glass. No words, no explanation. The silence stretched thin. When the first recording played, forks stopped midair. Their laughter filled the room, recorded, distorted, obscene. The bruises, the kicks, the mockery. Then her voice, soft, indulgent, saying, "He'll stay. He's too weak to leave." Her father's expression collapsed first, then hers. The brothers turned pale, sputtering denials that tasted like panic. I just watched, still, breathing slow. When it ended, I pushed my chair back. "Consider this a mirror," I said, and I walked out. The next morning, she came to my brother's apartment. Tears, begging, confusion. But she didn't find him. She found me. The realization hit her like a blade turned inward. Her voice cracked. You're not—" "No," I said. "I'm the one you didn't see coming." She backed away, trembling, the truth unspooling behind her eyes. I made sure your father saw everything, the press too. By now, your brothers are already trending." Her lips parted, but nothing came out. "Don't call him again," I said. "He's free now." Then I stepped aside. Let her leave through her own silence. My brother asked later, "How did you stay calm?" I told him the truth. When you strip emotion from revenge, it becomes justice. He cried. I didn't. He's healing now, quietly, slowly. I visit sometimes, but I stay by the door. He looks at me differently now, like he's seen what I'm capable of. Maybe he has. I don't dream much these days, but when I do, I see her face when she realized it wasn't him sitting at that table. That's enough. Some lessons leave bruises, others leave silence. And silence, I've learned, can be the loudest punishment of all.